There once lived a young fisherman by the edge of a quiet lake. His boat was small, made of old wood, but it never failed him. He had no crew, no fancy equipment, no big catch to brag about, but he had something very precious: contentment. Every morning he cast his net into the calm water. He caught just enough fish to feed himself and share with his neighbors, and he whistled tunes his grandfather taught him. The villagers trusted him. Whenever they needed help, they called on him. He always showed up. Even when he was tired, he still showed up. One quiet afternoon, a mysterious merchant appeared at the dock. The fisherman looked up from his net. "Can I help you?" he asked. The merchant grinned. "I'm just someone traveling through, but I've heard about you. You work hard with so little. So today, I'll give you an offer." "An offer?" the fisherman asked. "Yes," the merchant said. "There are 3 boats waiting at the harbor. One of them will change your life forever. The other 2 will sink before you reach the shore." The young fisherman frowned and chuckled. "I already have a boat that works just fine," he said. But the merchant wouldn't leave. "Just come see. What harm is there in looking?" He led him down to the harbor. There, floating in the water, were 3 boats. One was enormous and painted bright red. One was sleek and modern with shiny silver rails. One was simple and plain with patched sails. The merchant gestured at them. "Pick one." The young fisherman studied all 3 boats. Then, without thinking too long, he walked toward the simple one with patched sails. The merchant raised an eyebrow. "Why that one?" The fisherman smiled softly. "Because," he said, "the best things I've ever owned looked humble from the outside." He climbed into the simple boat. The moment he sat down, it began to leak. Water poured through cracks in the bottom. The boat started sinking slowly. The merchant watched him closely, waiting for panic. But the fisherman just laughed and climbed back onto the dock. "Aren't you angry?" the merchant asked. The fisherman shook his head. "No," he said calmly. "I started this morning with 1 good boat, and I still have it waiting for me, so I didn't lose anything at all." The merchant said nothing for a moment. Then slowly he revealed the truth about the other 2 boats. The enormous red boat was filled with treasure, but too heavy to sail. The sleek silver boat had a broken engine that would never start. He turned to the fisherman. "You could have had riches," he said quietly. "You could have owned the finest vessel. You could have impressed everyone in town." The fisherman looked at him and smiled. "Impress them with what?" he asked. "With things I can't use? With a boat that doesn't float? With gold I didn't earn? No," he said firmly. "I already have exactly what I need." And with that, he walked back to his small wooden boat, back to the worn nets that still caught fish, back to his simple life by the water, back to his grandfather's songs and honest work. The merchant watched him row away. He finally understood. Sometimes success is not in the biggest boat. It's not about what looks impressive. It's about being grateful for what already works. Be content with what you have. Trust what's already proven. Sometimes that is the greatest wealth of all.
If this story opened your eyes, like this video, subscribe to Worth It Stories, and share it